fans, and welcome back to Walla Walla Park, home of your Victoria HarbourCats. This is the first game of a three-game visit by the Walla Walla Queen. Tonight it's about those who serve us. It's our first Forces Friday with Galaxy Motors, and tonight we celebrate Kiwanis Crossing Guard for the big group. Winning prizes tonight by Michael, Jim, and Jim, the kind of program managers draw off doing all kinds of great stuff. HarbourCats are pleased to be partnered with TV Canada Trust as a home run partner to focus on the environment and on strengthening communities. We thank CMS for their support. To register for the Tim Hortons Elite Baseball Camp training sessions for youth players, see our website at HarbourCats.com or talk to Assistant GM Brittany French at the team office for more details. You can also visit the information booth and talk to Jen or Mike. We have all the info there. Homeward Bound is the official pet food of the Victoria HarbourCats. Pet food delivery right to your door. Would like to welcome Ken Sampson in his debut of the 2017 season here at Royal Athletic Park. Good to have you back, sir. And today's Forces Friday, our first Forces Friday of the summer with Galaxy Motors. Tomorrow, come to the ball with us from 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. The community struggling with Peninsula Co-op right here at RAP. And BC Ferries Employee Group. Sunday is Mark in the Park with Bosley's on the 8th. Tickets available now online at HarbourCats.com through the ticket line. The HarbourCats is pleased to see with Flight Center give you a chance to win a trip to Las Vegas this season. Look at the screen, buy yourself a program, fill out the form for a chance to win the trip, along with other great prizes at the park tonight. For more information, see the HarbourCats Facebook page or go to the information booth.
Good morning.
This What I'm looking for, Lori's not there.
Make your argument. We can't wait to see you.
We'll check your level. I've got the awesome. I'll check it on radio eval. Hi, how are you?
Not too bad, how are you?
Good. I'm Jim.
Nice to meet you, Jim.
You are? Good to meet you. Great. Now I see you in person. Here, I'll show you what you want and what I need. Come on.
Fans are mixed up on the catch shot meeting. Today's sponsors for this next line series, brand hats, sweaters, and t-shirts are all available on celebrating the year. Featuring and junior hats. Also, baseball and their listed baseball and men's championship in August. Some great trades now. Take a look at new styles, new shirts, and all. All that represents the available on the page. And HarbourCats office, 1820
Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. We're here at Royal Athletic Park for Game 1 of this 3-game series between the Walla Walla Sweets, and Chris has had enough.
Alright, so you're going to pick on them too? Yeah. It's going to be a long night. But his mood dictates the type of show he wants to put on, which changes the instruction. Right. It's simple. Yeah, true. And I mean, I've been pushing it a bit, trying to follow the ball down. Yeah. Which is bloody hard. Yeah. Zoomed in and and you have to zoom out. Well, but I got to guess where they're going. You know where they should do. These guys, they don't necessarily make the right thing to do. Yeah. There's a couple of times I'm like, all right, it's going to be shorter second and third. Are you not does it on it shows you that. So because I'm thinking you were doing it, so it's actually showing. No, so I don't actually score it. The one thing that would benefit which John does is he writes what happened in each of that, so I can say he went like to 30 knocked out. Well, he scored these. Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't think I'm at the level where I can do that and commentate at the same time. So that's but your information is different. But I mean, that's why I just kind of rely on it. Yeah, no, I mean listening to you, it's very easy for me here just listening, so it's not. I don't think you're missing anything. That's good, yeah.
So we are here to 11 a.m. to 4
welcome to Royal Athletic Park for Game 1 of this 3-game weekend series between the Victoria HarbourCats and the Walla Walla Sweets. My name is Mike Edwards, and once again for Jonathan Hodgson, who I am pleased to report is nearing full health and has been upgraded to questionable for tomorrow night's ball game, so we'll hope to have John back behind the mic for that one. But for tonight, I'll be back here calling the play-by-play, and we have a good one in store as the Victoria HarbourCats look for revenge as they were swept by these Walla Walla Sweets last week in the away series in Walla Walla, Washington. So Victoria not only looking for revenge against the Sweets, but also after getting blown out 2 nights in a row, 12-4 and then 14-4 by the Corvallis Knights here at home the last 2 nights. And so Victoria, both of those factors will be motivating them tonight to get back in the win column. Let's take a look at the Sweets lineup for tonight's game. Ryan Johnston in left field leading off. Vinny Capra, the second baseman, bats second. Nick Nyquist, who has been very good on the season, bats third at third base. Jake Suttleson in right field bats fourth. The DH, Joseph Zimmer, bats fifth. Tommy Henderson at first bats sixth. The catcher, Adam Kerner, bats seventh. Dylan Hirsch in center field is eighth, and making his first start of the season for Walla Walla, Jacob Glass, the shortstop, bats ninth. Facing off against that lineup for Victoria is Jack Owen, the lefty, listed at 6'2", 170, a commit of Auburn University, will head there for the fall. And Owen has been very good on the season for Victoria, a 1-0 record, 2.84 ERA. This is his second start of the year and third appearance. In 6 1/3 innings, he's allowed 5 hits and 1 walk while striking out 7. So the HarbourCats looking for a good start from Jack Owen tonight after back-to-back shaky outings from their starters against the Corvallis Knights. And that put them in a hole early in both of those games that they couldn't come back from, as the Knights really were seeing the ball well in that series, the last 2 games of it anyway. The HarbourCats defensive alignment will look like this. DJ Porter in left field, Ethan Lopez in center, Jake Gorella in right. From left to right on the infield, Cole Weiss at third. Started at second base last night, now moving to third tonight. Harry Shipley, as usual, at short. Nick Maroney gets his first start after 2 pinch hit appearances in the last 2 games. Maroney gets his first start at second base. Ho-How Wong back over there at first, and Bryce Bonner behind the plate, catching Jack Owen. So it'll be Ryan Johnston to lead things off here in this one. Johnston listed as a pitcher by the Sweets on their team profile page, and he takes a strike from Jack Owen, but he's getting a chance in the lineup tonight in the leadoff spot. Johnston hitting at 143 on the season with a pair of runs scored. And a swing and a miss on strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes as Owen is ahead. And the 0-2 pitch. This one hard hit back up the middle and down for a leadoff single for Johnston. So the leadoff hitter is aboard for Walla Walla to start things off here tonight. This is the HarbourCats' first home weekend series of the season. And the weather has improved and come around just in time for it. This one hit up the middle, chance for 2. Shipley on to second for 1. Maroney to first, a double play. So just like that, Jack Owen cleans up the leadoff hit and puts 2 quick outs on the board. That was Vinny Capra coming up, hitting second for Walla Walla, hitting into the double play. And now here is Nick Nyquist. Very good numbers for Nyquist on the season at 327. Has 12 runs scored. 8 RBIs. One of 3 Sweets, tied for the team lead with the 8 ribbies. Not a cloud in the sky tonight, 21 degrees Celsius, 70 Fahrenheit, and it could reach the mid to upper 20s for the weekend games tomorrow night at 6:35, and then Sunday an afternoon contest at 1:05. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count to Nyquist with the bases empty and 2 away. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So a quick first inning for Jack Owen thanks to a double play and a strikeout. And we head to the bottom of the first inning, scoreless in Victoria.
Center field. Dayton Provo going back. This is over his head, and it's over the wall. Kevin Collard will touch them all. The HarbourCats have tied the game 1-1. Bonneau with a fly ball to right field, and this is going to go back and out of here. There's a drive to left field by Alcantara. This is up, and out! Grand slam for A.J. Alcantara. 6-0 for the HarbourCats.
Back here for the bottom of the first, the HarbourCats coming up to the plate to hit, and their lineup will look like this tonight. Harry Shipley, as usual, at short in the leadoff spot. Davis Wenzel, the designated hitter tonight, hitting second. Po-Hao Wong at first. It's third. Ethan Lopez hitting cleanup in center field as the first pitch to Shipley is in for a strike. Jake Garella bats fifth. In right field, Bryce Bonner behind the plate is sixth. DJ Porter in left bats seventh. And Cole Weiss and Nick Maroney, Weiss at third, Maroney at second, to round out the lineup. Facing that lineup for the HarbourCats is Tim Jostin for Walla Walla. This one hit into center field by Shipley. Back for it is Hirsch, and he puts it away for the first out. Jostin is a freshman headed for Cal State Fullerton, so it's an all-freshman battle here tonight between Owen and Jostin. From Stevenson Ranch, California, Jostin, a lefty, listed at 5'11", 170, and on the season has not allowed a run yet in 7 1/3 innings, 9 strikeouts to 2 walks allowed and 5 hits. He is 2-0. This is his second start of the season and 4th appearance. Davis Wenzel at the plate and looks at a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. And the 1-1 pitch. This one popped up on the infield. The first baseman Henderson shading his eyes from the sun and puts it away for the second out. So 2 quick outs for Jostin, trying to match the quick first inning of Jack Owen. The defensive alignment for Walla Walla in this one: Johnston in left field, Dylan Hirsch in center, Jake Suttleson in right field. From left to right on the infield, Nick Nyquist at third, Jacob Blass, as mentioned, getting his first start of the season for Walla Walla at short, Vinny Capper at second, and it'll be Tommy Henderson at first. Behind the plate is Adam Kerner working with Jostin, forming the battery here tonight for Walla Walla. 0-1 to Po-Hao Wong, and he takes outside, ball and a strike. 2 quick outs recorded by Jostin to start the game. And the 1-1 to Wong. And that one comes in a little tight. 2 balls and a strike. Wong had to back away from that one. 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss by Wong, and the count back even at 2-2. 2-2. Into left field, a base hit. Line drive through the hole, and Po-Hao Wong reaches for the HarbourCats' first hit of the ball game. So here's Ethan Lopez to hit with 2 outs and Wong on first. Lopez last night started in center field. Had 2 hits and 3 at-bats with a run scored, so moving up to the cleanup spot for Brian McRae tonight. And here's the first pitch to Lopez. But first, Jostin will check on the runner Wong at first base. And now Jostin comes to the plate, and that's a first pitch strike on Lopez. Jostin touching 85 on the radar gun with that one. Wong leads at first. And the 0-1, again a throw over. And Wong back in. Good crowd on hand here at Royal Athletic Park for Game 1 of the weekend series on this Friday night. Again, the first home series on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday here at Royal Athletic this season for Victoria. It's also a Forces Friday. HarbourCats honoring the Canadian Forces. Ball and a strike, the count to Lopez. This one into left field. Coming in is Johnston, dives, and it gets away. Johnston unable to make the full extension dive and haul it in. That's a single for Lopez, and the HarbourCats have runners on the corners. It was a valiant effort in left field by Ryan Johnston. A hard hit line drive that was dropping quickly, and it just popped out of the glove to allow Lopez to reach and extend the inning for Jake Garella. Garella last night was 1 for 4 with a run scored and a strikeout. And once again getting the start in right field today. First pitch missed outside, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. One and 0. And there's a strike. Count even at 1-1. Runners on the corners for Garella here with 2 outs as the HarbourCats look to hit the board first for a change after having the Corvallis Knights put some big runs on the board early in both of the last 2 games. Another throw over to check on Lopez at first base. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Jostin. Garella lifts a fly ball into foul territory down the right side. Ranging over was Suttleson, but he couldn't quite get there. And staying alive at the plate to see another pitch is Garella, now 1-2. On the season, Jake Garella at .216 with 6 RBIs and 10 runs scored. And here's the 1-2 offering from Jostin. Outside, and it's 2-2. Breaking pitch that time from Jostin, trying to catch the back door on that outside corner, but missing off the plate, and it's 2-2. Here's the pitch. Running is Lopez, a tapper above the mound. The second baseman gets to it, and Garella is retired for out number 3. So a scoreless first at Royal Athletic Park. We'll be back for the second in a moment on Go Live Broadcast. Top of the second here at Royal Athletic Park as Jack Owen back out there on the mound for Victoria. He retired the Swedes in order in the first despite allowing a leadoff single to Ryan Johnston. They induced a double play off the bat of Vinny Capra and then struck out Nick Nyquist. This one is grounded foul right into the dugout area of Walla Walla. The cleanup hitter, Jake Suttleson, digging in to start the inning and taking outside for a ball. Suttleson, 5 for 24 on the season, the average down at 208, but has 8 RBIs, and like Nyquist, is tied for the team lead. Owen's ahead of him, 1-2. Waiting in the on-deck circle is Joseph Zimmer, followed by Tommy Henderson. This one is grounded foul over towards that on-deck circle. Suttleson staying alive up there. Still 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes the count. And the pitch. This one lifted in the air to center field. Ethan Lopez over to it, backpedaling a little bit, and puts that one away for the first out. A fly out for Jake Suttleson to start the second inning. So here is Joseph Zimmer. Zimmer, a native of Billings, Montana, hitting at 179 on the season with 4 RBIs, the designated hitter tonight. First pitch to Zimmer misses for a ball. Swing and a miss. Hefty cut by Zimmer. And count back even at 1-1. This one grounded softly to short. Larry Shipley up with it, throws across the diamond, and that's out number 2. So Jack Owen off to a good start, which is a welcome sight to be sure for the HarbourCats. HarbourCats threatened in the top or the bottom of the first, but could not get that runner from third home. Ground ball in the first pitch. Shipley bobbles it, and this is going to be a hit or perhaps an error. It was Tommy Henderson who hit a slow roller to Shipley, and Shipley bobbled it, so indeed it will be ruled an error on Barry Shipley to allow Henderson to reach base. And that'll bring in the catcher, Adam Kerner. Kerner yet to register a hit on the season in 6 at-bats. So Owen isn't out of the inning quite yet, with the error allowing Henderson to get aboard. First pitch to Kerner misses, and it's 1-0. Dylan Hirsch, the center fielder, waiting on deck should Kerner reach here with 2 outs. 1-0. And there's a strike. One ball and 1 strike, and running is Henderson. This one is popped up. Shipley underneath it, and that's the inning. So Jack Owen works around the air and gets the HarbourCats through 2 scoreless. Bottom of the second we go at Royal Athletic.
Thanks, Dan. I appreciate it. We have a great HarbourCats fans doing today. And every game, rules of transportation and HarbourCats are glad to recognize a number of our military. It's horses riding tonight with Galaxy Motors. We're the stress team leads tonight and Master Corporal Nikki Bouchard here. I'd like to help me to thank her for her service to our country. About 18 years in the Navy, 10 years in the Army, now a hydrographic services office member at CFPS Primal. Master Corporal, thank you so much for your service to our country. We really appreciate everything you do. Thank you for being good fans too.
Bryce Bonner will lead it off for Victoria in the home half of the second inning, as the HarbourCats and Sweets scoreless through 1.5 so far. Back out there on the mound for Walla Walla is Timmy Jostin. Allowed 2 hits, but kept the HarbourCats off the board in the bottom of the first. And the first pitch to Bonner is popped up to the shortstop Glass, and he's underneath it for the first out. So Bonner swinging away at the first pitch, pops out to start the inning. So here is DJ Porter now in left field tonight. Porter on the season at .333, 6 for 18 on the year with 2 runs batted in and 2 runs scored. Porter, a recent arrival to the HarbourCats out of Cal Baptist. And here's the 0-1 pitch. That one missing to Porter. Ball and a strike. Justin working quickly out there on the mound and delivers the 1-1. Missing high for ball 2. This becomes a pretty important series for both of these teams here in the West Coast League first half, battling it out in the North Division. The Sweets entering play at 8-7, HarbourCats at 9-10. Porter pops this one up, shallow right field. Coming in a couple of steps is Suttleson, and that's out number 2. So Jostin has been matching Jack Owen pitch for pitch so far for the Sweets. 2 quick outs in the second inning, and it'll be Cole Weiss to hit now. Weiss, as mentioned, got the start at second in last night's game. Was 1 for 1 with a walk before being lifted for Nick Maroney. Weiss also drove in a run on a bloop single down the left field line that fell in. At the time, it cut the lead for Corvallis to 6-4, and the HarbourCats had some life, but the Knights would go on to take it by a final of 14-4. And that would drop the HarbourCats a game below 500, now 2.5 back of the division-leading Kelowna Falcons and Bellingham Bells, each at 11-7. 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed by Weiss, and it's 1-2. In third in that division is these Walla Walla Sweets, a game and a half back at 8-7 of both Bellingham and Kelowna. Missing is Jostin, and it's 2-2. Nick Maroney is waiting on deck should Weiss reach here with 2 outs. And the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Timmy Jostin gets out of the inning for Walla Walla, retiring the side in order. And through 2, we are scoreless here at Royal Athletic Park on Go Live Broadcasts. Back here for the third inning of play in Victoria. Game 1 of this 3-game weekend set between the HarbourCats and the Sweets. And Jack Owen will start out the top half of the third inning, pitching to Dylan Hirsch, the center fielder. Hirsch showing bunt and pulling it back. It's in for a strike anyway. 8-9-1 for Walla Walla in this third inning. Hirsch followed by Jacob Glass and in the top of the order. Ball and a strike to Hirsch as Jack Owen got through the first 7 batters he's faced, allowing just the 1 hit. There's a good looking strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-2. The only hit he gave up was to the leadoff hitter, Ryan Johnston. Since then, has retired every batter he's faced. Ball and 2 strikes, just outside, and it's ball 2. Close call. The umpires, by the way, for tonight's contest, Sean Sullivan at home plate, Scott Eckert at first, and Sean Wetherill at third. Strike 3 called, and the tag is applied on the drop third strike by Bonner. So a good breaking ball locks up Hirsch, and there's 1 down. So here is Jacob Glass. This is going to be his first at bat with Walla Walla this season. And there's a strike. Second pitch of the at bat misses high. 1 ball and 1 strike. And a good pitch by Owen drops in for strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Glass. He was headed for his freshman season at the University of Arizona out of Carlsbad, California. Fouled off by Blast to stay alive. It's still 1-2. Very prestigious program at Arizona with the Wildcats baseball program, and Blast takes outside for ball 2. That pitch missing from Owen, and the count's full, 3-2. So Owen is in danger of his first walk with a full count to Jacob Glass. And here's the payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. 2 strikeouts looking for Jack Owen to start the second inning. This time it's Jacob Glass who is unable to get the bat off his shoulders. So it's the top of the order now with nobody on and 2 away for Ryan Johnston. Johnston, as mentioned, recorded the only hit for the Sweets the first time through the order. That one missing outside from Owen. Now 1-1. Jack Owen through 2 2/3. Has 3 strikeouts, no walks, and just the 1 hit. Good breaking ball, drops in for strike 2. Jack Owen looking for another quick inning here for Victoria. And the pitch. Missing outside. An easy take that time for Johnston, and it's 2-2. Vinny Capra, who grounded into a double play after the Johnston single in the first inning, waits on deck. 2-2. Well inside, almost hit Johnston, but he was able to get out of the way. And the count is full once again, 3-2. 2 straight full counts for Owen. Last one was a strikeout looking, and this one is going to be a walk. So a close pitch missing for ball 4. Ruled the ball by the umpire Sean Sullivan. So reaching is Johnson for the second time tonight. And it'll be Capra now to hit. On the season, Vinny Capra hitting at 204 as the runner goes. Bonner a throw down. It is not in time. A good throw by Bryce Bonner made it a close play, but Ryan Johnston had a very good jump breaking off of first base as Brian McRae wants to have a chat with the umpire. That's Sean Wetherill at third base. Looked like a very close play for sure from my vantage point at least, and McRae in the HarbourCats dugout down the first base side thought so. McRae's going to plead his case. No video replay in the West Coast League. Haven't gotten there yet. McRae very adamant that the runner was out as Sean Weatherill hears him out as McRae trots back to the dugout. So at second base in scoring position is Johnston, and Capra still at the plate for Walla Walla. And the 0-1, or I should say 1-0 rather, it's missing for ball 2. Ball and a strike to Vinny Capra, and the pitch. Missing for ball 2, and Bryce Bonner's going to have a quick chat with Owen. The first sign of trouble for Owen today, after looking very strong through 2 2/3. Just trying to get that one more out to get through the third inning. Two balls and a strike, the count to Vinny Capra as Bryce Bonner returns to home plate. Johnston on second as Owen comes set for the 2-1. That one well outside, and it's 3-1. So a good hitter's count here for Vinny Capra to pick out something and try to drive it for a base hit to give Johnston a chance to score. The 3-1 pitch misses outside, so the second walk of the inning for Jack Owen puts runners on first and second. Owen did have the base open to work with, so with one more out here, he's able to retire Nick Nyquist. He can make sure that walk doesn't hurt him. Nyquist was a strikeout victim to end the first inning. This one is hit into center field, the high fly ball, and Ethan Lopez puts the glove up to shield his eyes, and that retires the side. So Jack Owen works around a pair of walks, and the HarbourCats and Sweets scoreless in Victoria. Back here at Royal Athletic Park for the bottom of the third inning, and it'll be Nick Maroney to lead things off for Victoria. Has 2 hits and 3 at-bats so far. Had 2 at-bats last night. And he came in as a defensive replacement at second base. Swinging away at the first pitch. Shallow pop-up to right field. And that's put away by Suttleson for the first out. Johnston has done a nice job on the mound so far for Walla Walla, reducing a lot of weak contact. A couple of pop-ups on the infield and shallow outfield. Back to the top of the order for Victoria, and it's Harry Shipley. He hit it hard to center, but lined out in the first inning to lead off the home half of the first. Showing bunt was Shipley on the first pitch. This time not showing bunt, but taking a ball, and it's 2-0. The count, and there's a strike by Jostin. Now 2-1. And the pitch from Jostin, swing and a miss by Shipley, and it's 2-2. Both pitchers humming along so far. It's the Sweets and HarbourCats looking for the game's first run. A swing and a miss once again on 2-2, and that is strike 3. Barry Shipley goes down swinging, which means the bases are empty for Davis Wenzel. Wenzel in last night's game hit a big 2-run home run in the bottom of the first inning after Corvallis jumped out to a 3-0 lead in the top half. Wenzel launched it well over the left field fence, an estimated 384 feet. That made it 3-2. And Wenzel, a recent arrival out of Baylor. He is 7 for 17 on the season now with 6 RBIs and 3 runs scored. Averages at 389 for him. And the pitch to Wenzel misses down and in, or down and outside, I should say. 1-1. Bonus strike to Wenzel. That one missing inside. 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Swing and a miss by Wenzel. An off-speed pitch at 73 miles per hour by Timmy Jostin. Bases empty with 2 away and a 2-2 count to Davis Wenzel. That one missing in the dirt, a breaking pitch low, and it's full 3-2. On deck for Victoria is Ethan Lopez. And the full count pitch. Hit well to short, but a nice play made by the shortstop, Glass, diving to his right to end the inning. So Davis Wenzel hits it hard, but the HarbourCats and the Sweets scoreless 3-3 on Go Live Broadcasts. Already in the middle innings of this one, a quick first 3 here at Royal Athletic Park. Was the opposite in last night's game, as the HarbourCats and Corvallis Knights both put a bunch of runs on the board in the early going, but it's scoreless as we head to the top of the 4th. Jack Owen has given up a hit and 2 walks with 3 strikeouts through 3 scoreless frames. The cleanup hitter, Jack Suttleson, leading things off here in the 4th inning. This one is hit into left field, and it's going to get in front of DJ Porter for a hit. The second hit of the game for Walla Walla, and Suttleson is aboard. So that'll bring in the DH, Joseph Zimmer now. And with both pitchers pitching as well as they have to this point, it'll be interesting to see if Suttleson is on the move. Runs maybe at a premium in this game. Zimmer looks at a strike. Like most of these Sweets in the lineup, Zimmer is 0 for 1. And the 0-1 pitch from Jack Owen. First, he's going to throw over to Po-Hao Wong at first base. Back in is Suttleson. Now Owen comes to the plate, and there's a strike right on the outside edge, and it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count. And the pitch. Missing outside, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Owen does have a couple pitches to play with here to try to make Zimmer chase something outside the zone. Jake Suttleson on first, and the pitch again missing outside. Count back even at 2-2. Two-two pitch from Owen is on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and a throw down to second in time, it looks like, for out number 2. So a strike him out, throw him out for the HarbourCats, and 2 quick outs put on the board in quick succession for Jack Owen. Strikeout on 2-2, and then Suttleson caught stealing at second base. Another good strong throw from Bryce Bonner. We saw one of those on the first stolen base for Walla Walla, but it was a close play. Brian McRae came out and had a lengthy chat with the umpire who made the safe call at second base. Quickly ahead is Owen, 0-2. This is the first baseman, Tommy Henderson. And nothing in 2. That one well high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Easy take for Henderson that time on 0-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. On the ground to second. Maroney up with it, and that is the inning. So the strike him out, throw him out comes up big for Jack Owen, and the HarbourCats and the Sweets still trail, or are still scoreless, I should say, in Victoria on Go Live broadcasts. Po-Hao Wong will step in to lead things off for Victoria in the bottom of the 4th. A scoreless game at Royal Athletic Park. 3-4-5 for Victoria here in the inning, with Wong, Ethan Lopez, who are both 1 for 1 in this game, and then Jake Garella. And Timmy Jostin starts off Wong with the strike. 0-1 pitch. That one in the dirt. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Po-Hao Wong. One pitch missing low. It's 2-1. Justin, through 3 innings, has allowed 2 hits with a pair of strikeouts. And on the other side, as Wong looks at that one inside for ball 3. On the other side, Jack Owen through 4 scoreless innings, allowing 2 hits and 2 walks with 4 strikeouts. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss by Wong, a mighty cut there. And he had the ability to take that cut on 3-1. Now 3-2. Another swing and a miss by Wong, and he's retired via the strikeout for out number 1. So it'll be Ethan Lopez now. He's 1 for 1. And Lopez takes a strike. So Jostin continues to fill up the strike zone here tonight. That's been a key to his success, as has Jack Owen. This one flared out to right, and that's going to drop for a hit. Ethan Lopez picks up his 2nd hit of the day, and the HarbourCats have a base runner looking to score the game's first run here in the bottom of the 4th. So standing in now, Jake Garella with 1 on and 1 out. At the 3rd hit of the game for Victoria. HarbourCats now looking to drive it in. Starting the swing was Garella, but holding off on the high pitch, and it's 1-0. An 84-mile-an-hour fastball by Timmy Jostin. One ball and no strikes in the dirt, and it's 2-0. Good block by the catcher, Kerner. We'll see if first base coach Troy Birtwistle puts Ethan Lopez in motion here with 1 out. Wouldn't be a bad time to run. 2 balls and no strikes. Garella hard hit into center field, but it's going to be right at the center fielder Dylan Hirsch, and that's going to be out number 2. So a tough luck out for Garella, who made solid contact, but barely having to move was Hirsch in straightaway center. Here is Bryce Bonner now, hitting with 2 outs and a runner on first. Bonner takes low for ball 1, as Jostin looking to work around the single to Ethan Lopez with 1 out. One and 0. This one is hit on the ground to short. Glass, the step and throw off the bag, but the tag is applied by the first baseman Tommy Henderson. A nice play to end the inning. And through 4 at Royal Athletic Park, still no score between the HarbourCats and the Sweets.
So that was a first time you've done that, correct? And obviously recommending that to anybody who's never had a chance to be here. Thank you, Mary Lou. Moxie's Minute, a little something for you. Moxie's Minute, thanks up to you. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Back here for the 5th inning at Royal Athletic Park, and it's a pitcher's duel so far as Jack Owen and Timmy Jostin continue to go toe-to-toe for Victoria and Walla Walla. It's the catcher for the Sweets, Adam Kerner, leading things off. He is 0 for 1. And the first pitch to Kerner is in for a strike. Adam Kerner, a freshman commit to the University of San Diego, and Kerner was a 37th round draft choice of the St. Louis Cardinals in the Major League Baseball draft last week. So an exciting time for him. One of 6 draft picks into the major leagues on this Walla Walla Sweets roster. One ball and 2 strikes the count. Jack Owen is ahead of Kerner. And the pitch. Well outside, and it's 2-2. Bottom third of the order coming up here in the 5th inning for Walla Walla. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is strikeout number 5 for Jack Owen. So here is the center fielder, Dylan Hirsch, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And Hirsch looks at a strike on the first pitch from Jack Owen. An even 200 entering this one for Dylan Hirsch with 6 hits, in 29 at-bats. 2 runs and 1 RBI on the campaign. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Owen. That one running inside on the breaking ball. And Hirsch is ahead 3-1. Here's the pitch. This one hit hard but foul down the right side, over towards the picnic benches down the right field line on the concourse. Three balls and 2 strikes. Just missing for ball 4. So Owen has had a lot of success when he's found the strike zone so far tonight, but that is his 3rd walk issued. And now coming in is the shortstop, Jacob Glass. He struck out his only time up tonight. Throw over from Owen is not in time. Back in Dylan Hirsch at first base as Po-Hao Wong was holding the tag there for a moment. This ball is hit high and deep to left center field, and looking up are the fielders. It is caught at the wall. What a play by Lopez. The throw back to first, not in time. How about that play? Ethan Lopez climbing the wall in left center field. And robbing a 2-run home run away from Jacob Glass. They're going to appeal the second as they throw it there. The umpire rules safe. It looked as though the runner at first base, that being Dylan Hirsch, may have gotten past second and then had to hurry back to first to avoid being doubled off. The HarbourCats threw back to second base to appeal that he missed the bag at second, running back to first, but safe is called, and now they have him picked off. The throw down to second, it's a rundown. Here's Maroney, long, the tag, and that's the inning. So Jack Owen gets some help from his defense. Ethan Lopez making one of the plays of the season, climbing the wall in left center field and bringing one back into the ballpark. Back here for the bottom of the fifth inning, it is a scoreless ball game thanks to Ethan Lopez. That was some play he made in left center, climbing the wall, reaching up, and bringing back a sure two-run home run off the bat of Jacob Glass. And for Lopez, a big defensive play to help out his pitcher Jack Owen and keep it scoreless. The HarbourCats now coming up in the home half of the fifth inning, looking to get on the board first. DJ Porter starts out the inning for Victoria, and he's ahead 2-0. See if the HarbourCats can get some energy stemming from that catch. 2-0 pitch in there for strike one. That certainly energized the fans here at Royal Athletic Park. A good crowd on hand here on this Friday night. And the 2-1. Porter on the ground to third, through the hole, a base hit. Took a tough hop for Nick Nyquist, and he couldn't come up with it. That should be ruled a hit for DJ Porter. And the HarbourCats get the leadoff runner on base for Cole Weiss. Just like the Sweets in the top half of the fifth, the HarbourCats with the bottom third of the order and looking to turn over the order in the inning with a runner or two on base. Preferably all three, of course. Weiss is 0 for 1 with a strikeout tonight. And this one is grounded foul on the first pitch. DJ Porter on first. That officially was ruled a hit, by the way. And Weiss grounds it foul once again. Quickly 0-2 for Timmy Jostin. Some activity down there in the HarbourCats bullpen down the right field line. Jack Owen is through 5 scoreless innings with 2 hits and 3 walks allowed and 5 strikeouts. This one rolled on the ground too short. The flip to second, on to first in time for the double play. So the leadoff single is erased by Walla Walla. And there are 2 outs. A new pitcher, by the way, here in the inning, as Jostin finished after 4. It's number 31, Cameron Deere for the Sweets. So here's Nick Maroney. He looks at a ball. One ball and no strikes. And Maroney fouls that one off. Hard foul into the seats. I hope everyone's okay over there down in the right side bleachers. Cameron Deere is a native of Los Angeles, California, standing at 6'1", 205. Headed for his sophomore season at Brown University. This is his 5th appearance out of the bullpen for Walla Walla, posting a 3.00 ERA in 6 innings pitched. 5 strikeouts to 3 walks and 6 hits allowed. And he's also 1-0 on the season. So Deere, the first man out of the pen for Walla Walla. In relief. This one gets to the backstop. It's 3-1 with 2 outs to Nick Maroney. HarbourCats got a single from the leadoff hitter in the inning, DJ Porter, but that was wiped out on the Cole Weiss double play ball. 3-1 to Maroney. Outside for ball 4. So the HarbourCats with a 2-out base runner now. And the top of the order coming up, it's Harry Shipley. Shipley is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a hard hit line out to center field. Nick Maroney, who just reached via the walk, is on first. And the pitch. That one missing on the first offering to Shipley. It's 1-0. The final line for Timmy Jostin on the night, 4 innings, 3 hits, no runs, no walks, and 3 strikeouts as the pitching coach for the Sweets, Raul Camacho, comes out of the dugout to have a chat with Cameron Deere. Had a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone after he induced the double play ball, walking Nick Maroney, and now falling behind 1-0 to Harry Shipley. So Camacho will talk things over with Deere and Adam Kerner. And now the home plate umpire, Sean Sullivan, will come out to the mound to expedite things. HarbourCats are looking for a 2-out rally to hit the board first here in this one. It's been a brilliantly pitched ball game. Jack Owen for Victoria getting a little help from his defense. Ethan Lopez, who's just joining us, made a spectacular play on left center field at the wall, bringing a home run back into the park. Off the bat of Jacob Glass. As Shipley swings through that one, it's 1-1. Davis Wenzel is in the on-deck circle. He'll come up to hit if Shipley is able to reach. And the 1-1. Solid on the ground to second, but right to the second baseman, and that's the inning for Victoria. So still scoreless through 5 at Royal Athletic Park. The HarbourCats and the Sweets looking for a run on Go Live Broadcasts.
that lady okay? Holy moly. Good, how are you?
Top of the 6th inning at Royal Athletic Park, still scoreless in Victoria, and a new pitcher for the HarbourCats as the starter Jack Owen is out of the ball game, going 5 scoreless frames, 2 hits, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts for Jack Owen. But both Owen and the starter for Walla Walla, Timmy Jostin, will be credited with a no decision on this one, as both are out of the game and a scoreless game. So it's a bullpen game now for both sides. Blake Hanna is the new pitcher on the mound, and he misses on the first pitch of the inning. Hanna, listed at 6'3", 190 pounds, a sophomore out of UC Davis. Has appeared once in the West Coast League this season, lasting an inning and 2/3 with a strikeout, 1 hit allowed, no walks. And the pitch came in and hit the batter, so getting first base is going to be Ryan Johnston to lead off the inning. And Johnston has reached base, and all 3 times he's come up with a hit by pitch, a walk, and a single. So in the leadoff spot, Johnston has done the job for Walla Walla tonight. Now it's up to their big bats coming up behind him to drive him in. Vinny Capra at the plate. He is 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. One ball and no strikes to Capra, and a throw over checking on Johnston at first base. Cole Weiss at third on that last pitch was coming close to the infield grass, perhaps anticipating a bunt play from Capra. This one is swung on and popped up into left field. Underneath it, DJ Porter, and that's out number 1. So now here's Nick Nyquist, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Nyquist has been arguably the best hitter on the season for Walla Walla, but has yet to get it going here tonight. First pitch to Nyquist misses outside, and it's 1-0. Johnston still over there at first, as Hanna trying to work around the leadoff hit by pitch. Here's the 1-0 to Nyquist. A ground ball that comes back into fair territory, but not before it hit off the batter Nyquist. So rule the foul, 1-1. Jake Suttleson, the DH, or excuse me, the right fielder, waits on deck, followed by the DH, Joseph Zimmer. And another throw over. Johnston back in safe at first. Ball and a strike. And fouled to the right side. This one, a nice little lazy pop-up, as opposed to the last one that went over towards those right side bleachers. That was a hot shot. Johnston at first with 1 out and a 1-2 count on the third baseman Nick Nyquist. And another throw over. Close play as Wong applied the tag, but back in was Johnston, and now he calls for time. Again, Blake Hanna, the new pitcher for Victoria here in the inning, in relief of Jack Owen, who put forth a very solid start for Victoria, going 5 scoreless innings with 5 strikeouts. Reaching out and spoiling that one off is Nyquist to stay alive, still 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This one down the right field line, but that will get into the seats. Foul. No runs on 2 hits and no errors for Walla Walla. No runs on 4 hits with 1 error for Victoria. Still looking for the first run of this ball game. Into center field. That's it, going to be in for a hit. Going first to third is Johnston. The throw comes into second, and making it up to third is Ryan Johnston with 1 out. So threatening here in the top of the 6th are the Walla Walla Sweets. Was just going to add to that, the no runs on the board are probably a welcome sight for Victoria after allowing 12 2 nights ago and then 14 last night. But of course, Victoria would love to get in the score column themselves. Right now, though, the first order of business for Blake Hanna is trying to get out of this 6th inning without allowing a run to score. And a chance here for Jake Suttleson to drive in that run from third with less than 2 outs, not necessarily needing a hit. Here's the first pitch to Suttleson. That one high and tight, and it's 1-0. Close pitch, but ruled the ball by home plate umpire Sean Sullivan. On third is Johnston. On first is Nyquist. Swinging a foul tip back to the backstop. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. Suttleson is 1 for 2 tonight. And Hanna sets for the 1-1. This one in the air to center. Lopez ranging back. This should be deep enough as Lopez hauls it in. And indeed, the run will come in to score. So the Sweets strike first here in Game 1 with a 1-0 lead thanks to a sacrifice fly off the bat of Jake Suttleson. And they're going to have a pinch hitter now. Walla Walla coming up. It'll be J.J. Hancock pinch hitting. This is the DH spot, previously occupied by Joseph Zimmer. So Hancock will hit. Headed for his senior season next year at Washington State. A native of Kennewick, Washington. That one missing outside on the first pitch to Hancock. It's 1-0. Throw over to first base. Close, but back in safe is Nyquist. Sweets with a runner on first and 2 away. Already a run in here in the 6th inning to take a 1-0 lead. And the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss by Hancock. And it's 1-1. Fastball there by Blake Hanna. Getting it by Hancock. Into right field. And caught by Gorella. On a line. Was able to track it down. And that ends the inning. But the Sweets get on the board first here in Victoria. They lead 1-0.
Original in the middle. What is the answer, Jason? It is original. Mike did not believe his friends, so I think Mike was sharing this with our organization and schools in their hands. Sharing this with them. Thank you very much, Mike. Tomorrow afternoon, 11 a.m.
It's Roberts next.
Back here in Victoria for the bottom of the 6th inning, Davis Wenzel will lead it off as the HarbourCats have 2-3-4 coming up, trying to even this game up or go ahead after 5 scoreless innings. It was the Sweets getting on the board first in the top of the 6th with a sacrifice fly by Jake Suttleson, and Wenzel looks at a strike. Speeding through this one, the game moving quite fast with not much in the way of offense, especially in comparison to last night's ball game. 18 runs put on the board total. Wenzel pops it up, shallow center field. Second baseman Capra ranging back and puts it away for the first out. So here is Po-How Wong now, 1 for 2. And the HarbourCats looking to get their bats going. They couldn't get anything across against the starter Timmy Jostin, and through an inning and a third, Cameron Deere has kept them off the board as well, despite allowing a hit and a walk. Oh and 1. That one got past the catcher Kerner to the backstop. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Po-How Wong. On the ground to second. And Capra throws out Wong for out number 2. So 2 quick outs for Deere here to start the home half of the 6th inning. And looking for a 1-2-3 inning, we'll need to retire Ethan Lopez, who is 2 for 2 on the day. Here's the first pitch to Lopez. That one missing in the dirt, and it's 0-1. HarbourCats here tonight are looking to put it all together after the pitching wasn't at its best last night, nor was it at its best in the game before that. 36 combined runs put on the board in the 2 games. I should say 26 runs put on the board in the 2 games by Corvallis. And now tonight, the pitching has been very good, but it's the bats' turn to go cold now for Victoria, and they have a couple more innings left to change that. 2-1. Swing and a miss by Lopez, and it's 2-2. Cameron Deere working well with his catcher Kerner in this 6th inning. And the 2-2 into right field, and that's going to hang up for Suttleson to end the inning. A 1-2-3 frame for Cameron Deere, and through 6 at Royal Athletic Park, it's the Sweets 1 and the HarbourCats no score on Go Live Broadcasts. Back here in Victoria for the top half of the 7th inning, the HarbourCats trailing the Walla Walla Sweets 1-0 as we start out the 7th. And a new pitcher for Victoria on the mound is Indigo Diaz, the big righty at 6'4", 245 from North Vancouver, BC. He is a freshman heading for Iowa Western Community College next year. And this season, this is his 8th appearance for Victoria, has pitched 10 innings, 13 strikeouts, 7 walks, 10 hits allowed. And Diaz has been a key member of that bullpen for Victoria and Brian McRae. And getting the ball here for the 7th, trying to hold the Walla Walla lead at 1-0. One pitch misses outside. It's 1-1. A pinch hitter as well to start out the 7th inning for Walla Walla. It is John Glenn taking over for Tommy Henderson at first base. Glenn out of Thousand Oaks, California, hitting .233 on the season. This one lifted in the air to right center. Garella back, still back, and it's gone. No, off the wall, excuse me. Glenn into second with a double. So it doesn't leave the park, but it hit off the wall, and that's a leadoff double for John Glenn. Difficult to see out there with the white signs and the sun on them. Ball looked like it cleared the fence, but indeed it did not, staying in the yard. Still, though, a good run-scoring opportunity here for Walla Walla now, with Glenn on second and nobody out. And that was a hard-hit ball by John Glenn. So here is Kerner now, 0 for 2 with a strikeout, and he'll be looking to, at the very least, hit a ball to the right side of the infield to give Glenn a chance to get to third with less than 2 outs. There's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss by Kerner. It's 1-1. One ball and 1 strike. Missing just outside. And it's 2-1. Danny Sinatro has come into the on-deck circle to hit for the center fielder Dylan Hirsch on deck. 2-1. On the ground to third. Holding at second is the runner Glenn as Cole Weiss throws out Kerner for out number 1, and a big out to keep the runner at second base as well for Indigo Diaz, getting the softly hit grounder. So it's going to be Sinatro to hit now for the Sweets. And he should take over in center field following this at bat for Hirsch. Sinatro, another one of the Sweets who have been drafted into the major leagues. A 40th round choice of the Cleveland Indians back in 2016. First pitch bounces well in front of home plate, gets away from Bonner, and that will allow Glenn to go up to third. So after recording a big first out and holding the runner at second, Diaz gives the 90 feet away to Glenn, and he's on third base with less than 2 outs as the Sweets try to manufacture another run. The lone run of this ball game coming on a sacrifice fly back in the top half of the 6th. Another ball hit deep enough to the outfield could do the job again for Walla Walla. Infield is in for Victoria, and with a low-scoring game, can't afford to give up this second run here. That one missing low. It's 2-0. HarbourCats hoping that the ground ball, if there's one hit on the ground, is hit right at somebody on the infield. This one into the right center field gap, and that splits the outfielders. Run comes in easily to score, and digging for third is Sinatro. He is there with a triple. So that makes it 2-0 as Danny Sinatro gets all the way to third on the double. Perfectly placed between the center and right fielders. It's 2-0 Walla Walla with another chance for a run with one out and Sinatro on third. And here is Glass. First pitch gets away from Bonner and the run's coming in. It will score. So a wild pitch gets away from Bryce Bonner and that makes it 3-0. The first wild pitch in the inning didn't end up meaning anything for Diaz. The runner would have scored easily anyway from second on that triple by Sinatro. But this one does mean something as Sinatro is able to come in to score. There's a strike by Diaz. It's 1-1 to Jacob Glass. 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. Sweets and HarbourCats were scoreless at the end of 5, but Walla Walla with 1 in the 6th and 2 more here in the 7th to make it 3-0. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Like in the ear on the helmet flap. Good thing that he had that protective ear flap. So he'll trot down to first. His second hit by pitch of the game. Diaz has been a little wild in this appearance. You know he throws hard. He can touch 90, low 90. Diaz strikes out Jacob Glass for out number 2 in the inning. And now it's back to the top of the order for Ryan Johnston. And Johnston has been trouble for the HarbourCats to deal with tonight. Has reached in all 3 plate appearances, a single, a walk, and a hit by pitch. Also come around to score a run on the sacrifice fly, and this one comes up and hits him, looked like in the ear on the helmet flap. Good thing that he had that protective ear flap. So he'll trot down to first. His second hit by pitch of the game. Diaz has been a little wild in this appearance. You know he throws hard. He can touch 90, low 90s, and the question for him is just whether he can throw strikes, and tonight he's struggled a little bit in that department. Diaz misses upstairs on the first pitch. It's 1-0. Johnston on first with 2 outs. And the pitch. This one could be trouble. Coming in is Lopez, and it's going to drop in front of the 3 converging fielders for Victoria. Over to third, the throw hits the runner, Johnston. Up to second. Up to second goes Capra, and that's a double. So a tough luck hit for Diaz to give up, a little bloop that just fell in right center field. It'll be Nick Nyquist to hit now with 2 outs and a pair of runners in scoring position. Diaz is going to step off and regroup before the first pitch of the at-bat, and this becomes a big pitch, or a big at-bat in this game, with Nyquist looking to drive in those 2 runners. And a half-hearted hack by Nyquist on the first pitch. It's 0-1. Diaz looking to limit the damage. It's 3-0 Sweets. A single here could make it 5-0, and with the way Victoria has struggled collectively to swing the bat tonight, that could be a little too much. Here's the run coming in from third. It is in time for the out. Bryce Bonner flips it to Diaz covering home plate, and that's the inning as Ryan Johnston, aggressively coming in, was gunned out at home plate. Bottom of the 7th inning at Royal Athletic Park. We just had the 7th inning stretch as the HarbourCats looking to get some energy in the bats and come back from this 3-run deficit. Being shut down by this Walla Walla pitching staff so far. Timmy Jostin getting the start, going 4 innings, allowing just 3 hits, no walks and 3 strikeouts. Cameron Deere has come in for the last 2 innings, and he's back out there for a 3rd. He's allowed a hit and a walk. And the 0-1 pitch to Jake Garella is in for strike 2. The Sweets have been able to get their bats going with 1 in the 6th and 2 in the 7th to make it 3-0. Garella hits it well to right field. Ranging back is the right fielder. It's gone! Jake Garella, an opposite field solo home run, and it's 3-1 Walla Walla. HarbourCats trying to claw their way back in it. And the solo home run's a good start for Jake Garella. He gets some high fives from his teammates over by the dugout. And Jake Garella showing off his power, going the other way over the right field fence. And now here's Riley Guntrip. He's going to come in to pinch hit for Bryce Bonner. And here's the first pitch to Guntrip. DJ Porter waits in the on-deck circle for Victoria. He's 1 for 2. Guntrip ahead in the count, 1-0. Facing Cameron Deere. And Guntrip pops it up. This is going to get down for a base hit. Guntrip drops a little flare into left field, keeping it fair right down the line. And the HarbourCats now have a runner on first with nobody out, as Cameron Deere serves up a home run to Jake Garella and then a bloop single to Riley Guntrip. So that'll bring in DJ Porter. Again, 1 for 2 is Porter. And Cameron Deere trying to hold the lead here for Walla Walla in this 7th inning. First pitch misses high to Porter, 1-0. HarbourCats bats have awoken here in the 7th inning and looking to keep the rally going with nobody out. Porter, a bouncing ball to third, to second, and they're not going to have a chance for 2, so Nick Nyquist goes the short way to second base for the lead runner. That's Guntrip. And the first out here in the bottom of the 7th. That'll bring in Cole Weiss with Porter on first and 1 away. And here's the first pitch from Cameron Deere to Cole Weiss. That one misses for ball 1. Weiss out of UNC Wilmington, getting the start at third base tonight. Started at second last night. There's a slow roller, tap foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. And returning to first is DJ Porter. Jake Garella homered to the opposite field off of Cameron Deere to lead off this 7th inning. That got the HarbourCats on the board. They still trail by 2. One pitch, and first a throw over. Back safely is Porter at first base. Cameron Deere trying to work through this 7th inning with the lead intact. This one is going to be a fair ball down the left field line. Go all the way to third is Porter. Heading back to first base, Cole Weiss. And Weiss has his first hit of the game. Runners on the corners with 1 out for Nick Maroney. And out comes the pitching coach. Excuse me, that's the manager for Walla Walla, Frank Mutz. He takes the ball from Cameron Deere, and that'll be it for him. New pitcher coming into the game for Walla Walla when we come back.
We had an awesome time this year broadcasting all home games for the Victoria HarbourCats live out of the truck on GoLiveBroadcast.com. Here's your 2016 Victoria HarbourCats Plays of the Year. Enjoy.
3-2 again, swung on, hit high and deep to left field. To the track, to the wall, Alcantara reaches up and pulls it back. A.J. Alcantara. Bunted third base side, Pleshkel steps up, goes to first in time. Swung on into left center field, it gets down. Cameron Cannon has walked off the Bendel. Up within center is Stone. He fired, but the tag is made by Guntrip. What a play by Riley Guntrip. Bellingham may contest. 1-0 pitch grounded to short. Jew to Floyd, over to first to Pryor, double play, around the horn, 6-4-3. That'll send us to the bottom of the 9th inning. He gets into this one high and deep to left field at the track, the wall, that ball is off the wall. 1-0 pitch, fly ball left field, that has a charge on it, to the track, to the wall, that ball is gone. Griffin Andrechuk. The pitch is lined into left field, staying up though, and the sliding grab is
New pitcher on the mound for Walla Walla. It is Connor Roberts out of UC Santa Barbara, a native of Martinez, California. He's listed at 6'2", 160, and has made 1 appearance on the season so far for the Sweets. Was hit hard in that 1 appearance, charged for 3 earned runs on a walk and 3 hits. Did strike out 2 in the 1 inning pitched. But Roberts looking to bring that ERA back down to earth here. And this is a big spot for Roberts and the Sweets. Up by 2. The tying run is on base for Victoria, the go-ahead run at the plate. And it's Kevin Collard pinch hitting. Collard a foul back behind home plate. Collard on the season at .283 with 8 runs batted in. One ball and 1 strike to count. And the pitch misses to Collard, 2-1. DJ Porter is on third, Cole Weiss on first with 1 out. HarbourCats down by 2. And the 2-1. Through the hole, a base hit. In to score is Porter, and it's 3-2. HarbourCats continue to chip away. Now cut it to a 1-run deficit as Collard comes in with a pinch hit single to move Cole Weiss up to second, still with 1 out. And that'll bring in Harry Shipley. And also pinch running for Collard is going to be Sam Cachola. So some speed aboard first base for Victoria. Cole Weiss moving up to second base. And Harry Shipley at the plate, as the HarbourCats now have the tying run in scoring position. Here's a throw down to second, and not in time, as getting a little too far away from the bag was Weiss, but able to dive back in safely. Testing him was Kerner behind the plate with a good strong throw down. Count is 1-1 to Harry Shipley. And here's the pitch. That one missing inside and low. 2 balls and a strike. Shipley is due for a hit. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout tonight. And here's the 2-0 offering from Roberts. This one grounded back to the pitcher. Chance for 2 on to second one. Sec to first, and safe is Shipley. So Harry Shipley stays out of the inning-ending double play by hustling down the line to first. Up to third goes Cole Weiss. And so now the HarbourCats with runners on the corners and 2 out for Davis Wenzel. And Wenzel is the man you want coming up to the plate. He's been swinging a hot bat so far for Victoria. Homered in last night's ball game, a 2-run shot. But right now the HarbourCats would take a single from Wenzel to get Cole Weiss in 90 feet away from home. First pitch to Wenzel missing for ball 1. Connor Roberts coming in and getting the first out despite allowing a hit. Wenzel hits it into left field into foul territory, and this one is going to get down for a foul ball. The left fielder Ryan Johnston was tracking that one at full speed, but just couldn't get over quick enough. 1-1 count to Wenzel. Fans coming to life here at World Athletic Park, trying to propel their HarbourCats to a base hit for Wenzel that would give Weiss a chance to score. Another foul by Wenzel. Popped down the right side this time. It's 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes the count, and Robert sets for the pitch to Davis Wenzel. That one missing low. The runner goes, and he's caught up. Now the runner at third, Cole Weiss, is in a rundown. He's coming home. Weiss now going back towards third, and he is tagged out to end the inning. So the HarbourCats make an error on the base paths for the out to end the threat. They trail 3-2 through 7 at Royal Athletic Park on Go Live Broadcasts. Top of the 8th inning, at Royal Athletic Park, the Walla Walla Sweets are clinging to a 3-2 lead, and they gave up 2 back to the Cats in the home half of the 7th, but Victoria unable to get that tying run across as Cole Weiss was caught in a rundown between third and home. In fairness, I think, to Weiss, he tried to get the attention of the second baseman, Vinny Capra, who clearly had the runner at first base out by a mile, so Weiss drew the attention away to third, and instead it was Weiss being tagged out to end the inning. Indigo Diaz back out there for Victoria, and it's 2-0. For the Sweets, it is Nick Nyquist digging in to lead off the inning. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Diaz allowed 2 earned runs on 3 hits in that 7th inning, looking to right the ship here in the 8th and keep it at the 1 run. That one fouled back to the screen. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Diaz back in the count, even at 2-2. Had a little trouble with his command tonight, Indigo Diaz, but the velocity is very good, and when he is finding that strike zone, very tough pitcher to deal with. 2-2. And in the dirt, starting his swing was Nyquist. He appealed down to first, and they say no swing. Scott Eckert down there at first base. Count is full, 3-2. Diaz looking to avoid a leadoff walk to the number 3 hitter Nyquist, and it's popped back behind home plate, foul. We'll do it again on 3-2. 3-4-5 for Walla Walla here in the top half of the 8th inning, with Nyquist, Suttleson, and J.J. Hancock, who came in as a pinch hitter in the DH spot for Joseph Zimmer. And there's the walk. So a close pitch missing on ball 3, or for ball 4 on the 3-2 count, and Nyquist walks. And that'll bring in Suttleson with nobody out and a runner on first base. Suttleson tonight 1 for 2 with a run batted in. That was on a sacrifice fly back in the 5th inning. Check that, the 6th inning for Suttleson. First pitch from Diaz missing, and it's 1 ball and no strikes.
Come on, 30, let's go!
Runner going, and a foul. So, of course, to go back to first is Nyquist, as Suttleson was swinging away at that one and got just a piece of it. Sweets would love to add to their lead here in the top of the 8th inning after the HarbourCats got 2 runs back in the bottom of the 7th. Bats seem to have awoken for Victoria, and they will look to pick up where they left off in the home half of the 8th. Pitch misses high from Diaz. It's 2-1.
Come on, Jake.
2 balls and a strike to Jake Suttleson. This one hit well in the air to center. Raging back is Lopez, and it's over his head, and it's gone. A 2-run home run for Jake Suttleson, and it's 5-2 Sweets. That one got out of here in a hurry to the deepest part of the yard as well. 390 to straightaway center field. And Suttleson got every stitch of that one. So once again, the Sweets have reestablished their 3-run lead. 5 runs on 7 hits for them. HarbourCats have out-hit the Sweets with 8, but only have the 2 runs. And still nobody out in the inning for Indigo Diaz. That'll bring in Hancock, hitting from the left side. He is 0 for 1. Again, pinch hit for the DH, Joseph Zimmer, his last time up. Two balls and no strikes the count. Indigo Diaz trying to work his way out of this 8th inning. Bases are now empty after the home run, so Diaz has a clean slate to work with. This one has popped up into foul territory. Cole Weiss over to the railing, and that is out of play. 90 miles an hour on the pitch from Diaz that was fouled off. 2 balls and a strike to J.J. Hancock. A 5-2 Sweets lead. They led 3-0. Heading to the bottom of the 7th. Victoria got 2 back, but returning the favor was Jake Suttleson with a 2-run shot to straightaway center field, restoring a 5-2 lead and a 3-run margin. That last pitch was fouled off by Hancock to bring the count to 2-2. Just missing for ball 3. Close pitch by Diaz. Pulling up on the swing was Hancock. And the count's now full. Here's the payoff pitch from Indigo Diaz. Outside, and that is going to be ball 4. So another walk for Diaz. And some activity going down in the HarbourCats bullpen now. Brian McRae would preferably like to not have to use anyone from his bullpen until the 9th inning.
I'm going to throw some.
As Mike Spears, the pitching coach, comes out to have a chat. Trying to settle down. Diaz, again, is headed for his freshman season next season. Going to Iowa Western Community College out of North Vancouver, BC. Diaz, a very good young arm, just didn't quite have his best stuff tonight, but still looking to limit the damage here in the 8th. Runner on first with nobody out, and the first pitch missing low for ball 1. This is John Glenn at the plate. He singled, or rather he tripled and scored in his last at bat. Glenn reaches out and sends one foul down the left side. Ball and a strike. Glenn pinch hit for Tommy Henderson and stayed in the game at first base. Pitch misses high and away by Diaz, and it's 2-1. And there's a foul by Glenn. Count back even at 2-2. So Diaz trying to get the first out here in the 8th inning. Already 2 in the frame for Walla Walla. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And so John Glenn strikes out for out number 1, and that should give Indigo Diaz some confidence as Brian McRae comes out to the mound, and he will make the switch. A 2-run home run by Jake Suttleson has the Walla Walla Sweets back up by 3. A new pitcher coming in for Victoria after this.
Snap throw to first. It's a good throw and he got it. 2-2, back to the mound. Back to second on the first double play. Once again from McCaffrey, swing and a miss, strike 3. The pitch is swung on, hit well to left. That ball is deep, and that ball is gone. Tommy Jew brings 5,000 to their feet. Sent around third is Louts, the throw in the tag. He is safe at home. Now Harvey's going to join in the action. The HarbourCats mascot heading down to left field. They're making progress. 1-2 pitch is grounded softly right side. Barehand play. Andrechuk goes to first for the out. What a play by Griffin Andrechuk. First pitch ripped high and deep to left field towards the plate. Diving play is made in left
Back
field.
here with one away in the top of the 8th inning.
On
And a runner on first base for Walla Walla. A pitching change for the HarbourCats. From Norco, California, it's Travis Kuhn, standing at 6'1", 190. Out of the University of San Diego. Kuhn has been very good this season out of the bullpen, being the primary candidate for saves for Brian McRae out of the pen. This is not obviously a save opportunity for Kuhn, but a big spot nonetheless. Trying to get the HarbourCats out of the inning, still down by just the 3 runs, and give their bats a chance to come back up and see if they can't cut into the deficit. Runner goes on the pitch. Guntrip a throw down. It's well over the head of the second baseman Tucker Johnson and into center field. All the way up to third goes the runner. That's J.J. Hancock swiping second and then taking third on the air by Guntrip. And that puts a runner at third base with just 1 out in the inning. So threatening to score again here in the frame is Walla Walla. Adam Kerner's at the plate, the catcher. And the 1-1 pitch missing outside and low. 2 balls and a strike. Kerner now looking to put something in play that gives Hancock a chance to come in to score from third. 2 balls and a strike. This one hit well, but foul down the left side. Well out in front of that one was Kerner. That brings the count to 2-2 with 1 out and a runner on third base in the top of the 8th inning. 2 runs already in for the Sweets. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and a big strikeout for Travis Kuhn for out number 1 for him out of the bullpen and out number 2 in the inning. And now here is Danny Sinatro. Hancock is on third with 2 outs. Sinatro showing bunt. It gets away, and coming home to score is Hancock. So it is 6-2, a 4-run lead now for Walla Walla on the wild pitch from Travis Kuhn, getting away from Riley Guntrip. So the bases are now empty with 2 outs. HarbourCats still looking to get out of this 8th inning. They cut the lead to 3-2. Starting out the 8th inning, but have since allowed 3 runs to make it 6-2. And now there's a base hit by Sinatro. So not out of the inning are the HarbourCats just yet. So a runner on with 2 outs. Travis Kuhn looking for that 3rd out. Here's Guntrip's throw down to second base. and in time for the out. So that's the inning for Walla Walla, but they add 3 more and lead 6-2 through 7.5 on Go Live broadcasts. Bottom of the 8th in Victoria, the HarbourCats trailing 6-2, and Davis Wenzel will lead off the inning as the Cats found themselves down 3-2 after inning number 7, now down by 4 runs and needing to get the bats going once again. They got 2 back in the 7th inning. Now have 6 more outs to work with to erase this 4-run deficit. Wenzel, hard hit and a fair ball down the left field line. Wenzel digging for 2. Here's the throw into second, and it is not in time. Davis Wenzel gets it started for Victoria with a leadoff double. That one was a hard hit ball past the third baseman, Nick Nyquist. And that will bring in Po-How Wong with the runner in scoring position. And nobody out. Ethan Lopez waiting in the on-deck circle. The HarbourCats have the middle of the order coming up. First pitch missed to Lopez. It's 1-0. Pitch missed to Wong. It's now 2-0. Again, the HarbourCats trailing by the 4 runs. Looking to get at least 1. Not a couple more back in this 8th inning. Pitch again, missing in the dirt. It's 3-0. And you can bet with a 4-run deficit, the HarbourCats would surely take a walk. Connor Roberts is back out there for Walla Walla. He recorded the final 2 outs of the 7th. And there's a strike as Wong was taking all the way. See if Wong has the green light here. 3-1. On the ground to short. Up with it is Blast. Throws across the diamond, and Po-How Wong is retired. So an important first out here in the 8th inning for Connor Roberts. And now here is Lopez. Still a runner at second base. That's Davis Wenzel. First pitch from Roberts drops in for strike 1. Lopez tonight, 2 for 3. The only HarbourCat in the order with a multi-hit game. And a swing and a miss, a breaking pitch. And a good one from Roberts. It's 0-2. So after the leadoff double, Connor Roberts trying to keep that run out there at second. No balls and 2 strikes to Lopez. A check swing. They say he held up, and that's confirmed with the appeal down to third base, as Sean Wetherill says no swing. Ball and 2 strikes to Ethan Lopez. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Lopez strikes out, and that's 2 quick outs now for Roberts after surrendering the leadoff double to Davis Wenzel. And now it'll be Jake Garella looking for a base hit to drive in Wenzel from second. Garella tonight 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. And that came on a solo home run to lead off the 7th inning. They say no swing down there at first base. Ball and no strikes to Jake Garella. .1-0 pitch, missing low once again. 2 balls and no strikes.
It's the contact here. Big things happen.
2-0 the count to Garella, and Roberts comes to the plate, in for strike 1. Some activity down the left field line in the Sweets bullpen. Two balls and a strike. And the curveball in for strike 2. Good pitch by Roberts, and the count back even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Trying to get Garella and leave Wenzel out there at second. 2-2. This one hit well in the air to left field. Ranging back is Johnston, and it is gone! Jake Garella, his second home run of the game. And the HarbourCats cut it to 6-4. He took one the other way to right field. This one, he pulled it over the left field fence. It's a 2-run shot for Jake Garella, who's swinging a hot bat tonight. And it's a 6-4 ball game. Jake Garella almost hitting it to the Remax hit it here sign with the target out there in left center. Here's the pinch hitter for Victoria, Riley Zajac. And he has plenty of power as well. The HarbourCats now down by 2, still with 2 outs. And the base is empty in the bottom of the 8th. Zajac looks at a strike. Riley Zajac pinch hitting. And a swing and a foul. Back to the screen. Quickly 0-2. So despite serving up the home run ball, Connor Roberts with a chance here to still get out of the inning with a 2-run lead. Heading for the 9th. DJ Porter waiting on deck. Zajac reaching out, pulling one to first base, flipped onto the pitcher Roberts, and that will retire the side. So Jake Garella goes deep again to cut the Walla Walla lead to 6-4, but Victoria still trails by 2, heading to the 9th inning. Ninth inning we go at Royal Athletic Park in Victoria, a 6-4 ball game. The Walla Walla Sweets in front as Travis Kuhn is back out there on the mound for the top half of the ninth, trying to get the HarbourCats back in the dugout and give them a chance to go at this 2-run deficit in the bottom of the ninth. Riley Zajac pinch hit for the previous catcher Riley Guntrip in that 8th inning. So we have a new catcher behind the plate. It is Shane McGuire. One ball and no strikes the count. Jacob blasts to the plate and lines it into center field for a base hit. That will lead off the inning for Walla Walla with a base runner on first. Kuhn certainly trying to make it no more than a 2-run deficit for Victoria to head to the bottom of the ninth. An interesting note on the new catcher, Shane McGuire. His brother, Reese McGuire, is a prospect, a fairly highly regarded prospect in the Toronto Blue Jays system. The number 11 overall prospect as ranked by MLB.com for the Blue Jays in their system, and currently at the AA level with the Blue Jays AA Eastern League affiliate, the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. 0-1. Running is Blass. Throw down is in time. Jacob Blass caught stealing, and that erases the leadoff single. Good strong throw by McGuire as they tested his arm right away, and he showed off a good arm down to second base. So here is Ryan Johnston. Down on the count 0-1. Reaching out over the glove of Kuhn, and no play. They got a good effort by Johnson, but safe was Ryan Johnston at first base. It'll be an infield hit for Ryan Johnston. That's his second hit of the game. He's 2 for 2 with a walk and 2 hit by pitches. So productive evening for Ryan Johnston. And just another note on Johnston, it looked like he may have hurt himself a little bit crashing into the wall in left center. Leaping for the home run by Jake Garella that was hit in his direction. But Johnston showing no ill effects in that at bat and reaching on the infield hit. That'll bring in Vinny Capra. He's 1 for 3 with a walk. And the 1-0 pitch in tight. 2 balls and no strikes. Nick Nyquist waits on deck. Two balls and no strikes, and Kuhn will throw over. Back in is Johnston. Two 2-0. High for ball 3. So in danger of the walk here is Kuhn. There's Vinny Capra at the plate. You know, Nyquist would love to come up with 2 runners on and 1 out. There's a strike. And a good comeback pitch that time from Travis Kuhn. Now 3-1. Double play is also in order for Kuhn to get him out of the inning. He can induce the ground ball. 3-1 count. And in for strike 2. Just catching the corner was Kuhn. And Travis Kuhn has come back after falling behind 3-0 to run the count full. Ryan Johnston on first, 1 out in the inning. Vinny Capra at the plate, and the 3-2. High for ball 4, all the way to the backstop, and that is a walk for Kuhn. So an infield hit and a walk surrendered by Kuhn in the inning so far. That means there are 2 on with 1 out for Nick Nyquist. Nyquist 1 for 3 with a walk and a run tonight. And looking to add to the lead for Walla Walla. Each time the HarbourCats have cut the deficit, the Sweets have come back and put it further out of reach. And Travis Kuhn looking to get out of the inning a scoreless frame here to keep it at 6-4. Nyquist looks at a strike on the first pitch. Kuhn looks in, and now comes set for the 0-1. In for strike 2. So good. 2 good pitches by Kuhn to start out the at-bat to Nyquist, and he is in command. No balls and 2 strikes the count. And the pitch. That one down and away. Now 1-2. A pick out of the dirt that time by Shane McGuire. Kuhn still ahead. And the 1-2. This one popped foul down the right side. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. Pair of runners on base for Walla Walla. And Jake Suttleson, who homered in his last at-bat, coming up to follow Nyquist. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good breaking ball by Kuhn. Got Nyquist out in front of it. And a big out number 2. And you can see there Nyquist walking back to the dugout, exchanging a little information with Suttleson, who, as mentioned, hit a 2-run home run his last time up to straightaway center. It was a bullet over the wall to the deepest part of the park. First pitch is in for strike 1 to Suttleson. At second base is Ryan Johnston. At first, Vinny Capra with 2 outs and an 0-1 count to Jake Suttleson. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Travis Kuhn ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. And these last 2 hitters, he's really looked locked in up there on the mound. Trying to get through a scoreless ninth to give Victoria a chance, down 2 runs in the bottom half. 0-2. That one ran inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. J.J. Hancock waiting on deck for Walla Walla should Suttleson reach. And here's the 1-2 offering from Travis Kuhn. Swing and a miss, strike 3, ball in the dirt, tag applied. And they'll throw down to first base for good measure. That's the inning. HarbourCats with 3 more outs to work with. Their last chance, down by 2 on Go Live broadcasts. Bottom of the 9th at Royal Athletic Park. The HarbourCats trailing by 2, looking for a 9th inning rally against the Walla Walla Sweets. And Patrick Stanton is coming in to the game for the save for Walla Walla. This is his 6th appearance of the season. In his previous 5, he has a 1.92 ERA in 9 1/3 innings. Porter shows bunt, but takes it back and takes a strike. 4 strikeouts for Stanton to 9 walks and 5 hits allowed. That one missing to Stanton, and missing from Stanton to Porter, I should say. 1 ball and a strike. And that one catches the outside corner. It's 1-2. HarbourCats with 7, 8, and 9 due up here in the 9th. Looking to turn over the order with some runners on. Missing outside on 1 and 2. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two pitch from Stanton. Popped up by Porter in behind home plate, drifting over towards the dugout, and play is made by the catcher Kerner. Looked like he bobbled it for a moment, but stuck with it. And retired Porter for the first out of the 9th. And now here is Cole Weiss. Weiss 1 for 3. And the first pitch is in for strike 1. That one just catching the inside corner on Cole Weiss. Stanton ahead, 0-1. This one runs a little too far inside, and the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch from Patrick Stanton. In for strike 2. Good breaking ball. Lots of movement on that one. And it caught the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes now the count to Weiss. Stanton looks in. And now comes set for the delivery. Outside. 84 on the fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2. Weiss in a left center field. Over to it is the center fielder Sinatro, and makes the play for out number 2. So the HarbourCats down to their last out, needing a pair of runs, and their final hope here is Tucker Johnson making his first at bat of the night, his first trip to the plate, after coming in as a defensive replacement at second base. Johnson trying to get on to bring the tying run to the plate. First pitch swung on and hit foul. A high pop up off the food truck down there on the concourse. Harry Shipley waits on deck, followed by Davis Wenzel. HarbourCats looking for a 2-out 9th inning rally, down by 2. 0-1. In for strike 2. And Tucker Johnson quickly in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes. Patrick Stanton has been in charge of this 9th inning. 0-2. And he holds off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hit count is tied 10-10, but it's the Sweets with 2 more on the board in the score column, leading 6-4. 1 ball and 2 strikes. On the ground to second, and Capra throws on to first to retire the side, and that's the ball game. So the HarbourCats drop game 1 of this 3-game weekend set versus the Walla Walla Sweets by a final of 6-4. Your final stats on the game: 6 runs on 10 hits, I should say, and no errors for Walla Walla. 4 runs on 10 hits and 2 errors for the Victoria HarbourCats. We'll be back here tomorrow night for Game 2 of the series. The Walla Walla Sweets take Game 1 by a final of 6-4. For Chris Jaycox in the truck and Jonathan Hodgson, I am Mike Edwards saying so long from Royal Athletic Park. Again, back tomorrow night, 6:35 for Game 2 of this series.